Welcome to Mountain Accent Sewing. My name is Cynthia, and today I thought I'd do something a little different. I'm going to share a weekend in the life. It's not something I've never done before, and I'm on my way to go hiking, and I'm wearing my new top, and I'll talk a little bit about that, and I'll insert pictures. Ignore my hair. I have not washed it since I'm going hiking. I've been cleaning the house and I want to get this hike in, so I'm hitting the road. Okay, so today I'm wearing a wool jersey top. It is a jersey that I purchased from the sewing studio in Oregon, and it's the first time I've ever sewn with wool, and the first time that I've made anything out of wool. So I'm gonna see how this wears today while I'm out on this hike. It's a little chilly. It's showing 39 degrees outside currently according to my car thermometer. So it's gonna probably be a fairly cool day. Now I'm headed to the Blue Ridge Parkway after I pick up my parents, and usually it is cooler there than it is here by at least 10 degrees. Now by the time I get there, it should be closer to lunchtime, so it may be a little bit warmer, but I still anticipate it'll probably be only in the 40s or the 50s for a high. So we will see how my new wool jersey t-shirt holds up, and I do have a long sleeve shirt to put over it. Okay, so the pattern that I used is a pattern that I received in the Simply Sew magazine. I subscribed to that for over a year and a half, 2 years, something like that, pre-COVID, and then it took longer and longer to get here during COVID, so I quit subscribing, but I did get some neat patterns, and this one is the Breton top that was included free in the magazine. I have made a short sleeve shirt and a long sleeve shirt before using this pattern, and this one is a short sleeve shirt, and I was going to do the long sleeve, however I ran out of fabric. I'd ordered 2 yards of the wool jersey, and I did pre-wash it and dry it because I wanted to shrink it because of wearing it mainly for outdoors. I didn't want to take the risk that I would accidentally throw it in the dryer later and shrink it and it not fit. And therefore, once it shrunk, I could only fit a short sleeved version. I do have a little bit of fabric left over that I might be able to make like a headband or something like that with, but yeah, not enough for additional length on sleeves. The wool jersey I found is a little bit narrow fabric. If I remember correctly, I'll try to see if they still have it, and I'll link it below. But I want to say it is closer to the 44-inch width, like a lot of your quilting cottons. And so, yeah, I'm happy with it, except for I wasn't sure about the collar at first, because on that pattern you measure your neck, and then they recommend doing your neckband 90% of the length of that, and I think it would work better using an 85% because it might lay a little bit flatter. But now once I've ironed it, I noticed that it is laying flatter than it did when I first made it. So I will take you along with me. I don't know if I'll film videos or just take a few snapshots. Okay, so in this weekend in the life, today is Saturday, November 5th. No, today is Saturday, November 16th, and it's gorgeous blue skies. I'm looking forward to having some time outdoors, and then tomorrow I'm going to go to church, and after that I hope to get some sewing done, and I'm going to show you what I'm working on, what I've got cut out, and also talk a little bit about crochet. I am on a section of highway approaching towards my parents' home when I come around a curve and there is a deer in the road, and you'll see it running off to the left. I had hoped to zoom in so you get a better look, but hopefully you saw it. And that is something that we do have to watch out for this time of year, because there are deer that get hit all the time, or they hit vehicles and do lots of damage. But I picked up my parents, and then shortly here we are climbing the highway towards the Blue Ridge Parkway. And look at these rock cliffs on the left. That is just so magnificent. And we are climbing up the parkway. And since Hurricane Helene hit, only part of the parkway has reopened. Some of it is still closed. But we are headed to Beach Gap, and we're going to be heading to the Buckeye Gap Overlook, where we are going to hike part of the Mountains to Sea Trail, and it's called the Green Mountain Trail. We're going to climb up to the top of this mountain that I do not remember the name of. I've always referred to it as Green Mountain, even though that's not the name of the mountain. And we are going to circle around and make a loop, and then join back into the Green Mountain Trail to come back out. But we are still climbing the mountain and enjoying the blue sky and the views. And off to your right, you're going to see the Devil's Courthouse overlook. So that is the Devil's Courthouse in the distance on the right. Now, unfortunately, the Devil's Courthouse hiking trail is still in the section that is closed. But we have turned in the opposite direction, and we are heading toward the Buckeye Gap parking or overlook, and that is where we're going to park to go on our hike today. But look at these views. You've got the rock cliffs on one side, and you got your sheer drop-offs on the left, and you can just see forever, and it is beautiful. Now, with this time of year, because this is November, and I've never hiked this trail before in November, but a lot of the trees that normally would have like leaves on them that change colors, they have shed the leaves, and so everything that is green is like just really vivid and even more green, if that's possible. So we have parked in our over at the overlook. This is the view, and now we're on the trail. And see the beautiful green ferns. There's moss growing on trees, and we cross streams, and we hike about 4 miles total. And here I am wearing my wool jersey shirt and with a flannel shirt, and we're hiking, and we finally make it to our mountaintop. And look at these mountain ranges. And now you know why we are called the Blue Ridge Mountains, because look at that blue hue in the distance. It's just so beautiful. And we spend quite a bit of time up there on the mountain, and we have a picnic lunch. I have a jalapeno pimento cheese sandwich and a Rome Beauty apple, and it was delicious. We enjoy the view a little bit longer, and then we take little selfies to commemorate that we spent this day together, and before we head back down, and we pass more little pine trees and beautiful moss, and it was just a beautiful day. Good morning. It's Sunday, November 17th. I'm having some coffee. I've already been up for a little bit. I've got some chicken cooking. I'll make some chicken and dumplings later today. And I'll be getting ready to go to church shortly. But first, I thought I would come on and talk a few minutes, and then I'll meet you back later in the day to show you what I'm wearing, and also to talk to you more about my sewing. But yesterday, I hope you enjoyed seeing the footage from my hike. So I did include a little bit more from the driving. It was such a beautiful drive, and I talked a little bit through that, and yeah, it was just a wonderful day. And I did wear my Breton top, which was this pattern that came from Simply Sewing magazine. And it comes in a UK size of 6 to 20. It was free in the Simply Sewing magazine. And I believe that I have got the pattern cut out for a UK 14. And that was the first time I wore wool jersey, and it held up. Oh, it was just the perfect t-shirt to wear yesterday. As I've seen in the footage, I started off with the hike and with a flannel shirt over top. I took that flannel shirt off within probably the first quarter mile, half mile. I had warmed up enough that I took the flannel shirt off, and I was very comfortable in that wool jersey t-shirt all day long. I thought it would get scratchy, and it really didn't. Maybe we hiked about 4 miles, and I was kind of sweaty there near the end a little bit, but and it barely itched. And I wouldn't even really say that it itched. It just felt different against my skin that last mile or something on the way back out. The t-shirt was a wonderful addition to my wardrobe, and it's a perfect layering piece, and I definitely will be buying more wool jersey and making more wool jersey t-shirts. I am getting ready to head to church shortly, and I thought I'd show you what I'm wearing. This is my first version of the Talia Jupe Tilda shirt dress. It's a lovely chambray fabric that I purchased from Cali Fabrics. And it looks like it's embroidered, but it's actually printed on, but it does have that embroidered look. And I really love this dress. This was my mock-up, and I'll try to step back and see if I can show the full image. If not, I may have to flip the camera and to get a better picture. And hopefully the sun will not be in my eyes. We'll see. And as you can see right now, I'm wearing it without the belt, but there is an optional belt. I haven't decided if I'm going to wear it yet or not. I'm back from church, and I've had my lunch, and the fellas have left for the afternoon. So I'm hoping that I'm going to get some sewing done. And first I wanted to catch up on some other sewing content and a little bit of crochet. And so let me just tell you what I've got going on. You can see my son's quilt in the behind me here. I've got about half of it quilted. So my goal is to get it done and completed to give him for Christmas. And so I'm feeling optimistic that I'm going to be able to do that. Of course, I started that project last year with the goal of giving it to him for Christmas 2023, and it didn't happen. But I do believe it's going to happen this year. Fingers crossed. Okay, so I wanted to get your opinion about a make that I have cut out. It is the Friday Pattern Company Ilford jacket. And this is, a pattern that's very well known. Lots of people have made it, and they have a great size range. It goes from extra small to 7X. I have cut out an extra large. They have a couple of versions. They have the shorter jacket, and you can do a cuff and do there's a variety of pockets to choose from. There is a longer jacket and a wider sleeve without a cuff. And I've opted to cut out the shorter jacket but with the wider sleeve. And I have chosen my pockets. So I'm doing a slanted pocket on the bottom, and then the square pocket at the top. And I've gotten this beautiful denim fabric. And now this is the denim that I purchased from, or my husband purchased for me for Christmas, that I got from Cali Fabrics. And the great thing about this denim is that it is the same color on both sides. Now it is in the purple family, and I have lots of purple threads, but unfortunately none of them match. I have picked out a few threads that I have, that if I want to go ahead and get started on it, then I'm going to have to choose one of these. Well, two of them I don't even have enough on the spool. Like this one I think looks okay with it, but there's definitely not enough on the spool to complete the project. This one is a little too purple. It looks okay when it's held up, the thread's held up against the fabric, but again, this is all I've got of that. I don't think it's enough. And so that leaves me with a couple other options that if I go with a thread that I already have in my stash. I have this one that's more in the mauve family, and it would, so when you hold it up on the camera, it actually doesn't look that bad, but it would be slightly different. And so I guess it'd be kind of like having contrasting top stitching, but it is an option. And then I also have another option that is even more contrasting, but I believe that it would look good against the purple. So it'd look more like a contrasting top stitching, and it is just this, I don't know if you'd call it it kind of reminds me of a gray brown. And then it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. I'm not sure what it's color 524 in Guillermin thread. Now I was thinking about ordering some more of this, but I have tore off the sticker that tells you what number it is, so I have no idea what the color is. And when I look online, there's so many different shades of purple that I thought I just ordered the wrong one, and I have not had a chance to go to Joann's or anywhere that carries Guillermin thread that I could look to see if I could find one in the shops. So should I go with this mauve, this brown, or should I take my fabric and go to Joann's and find a purple thread? Now, I failed to mention that if I go with this thread, I'm going to try to find wooden buttons so that they would have like the brownish button, because I think that look really good on the purple. But if I go with this more mauve thread, then I will try to find in my button stash like a colorful button to go with this. And I do have quite a few buttons. I got some buttons in one of my Think Pink boxes that has lots of beautiful colors. And I think I might have some in it that might work for that. Let's see how many buttons that I need. It doesn't tell you there. It tells you in the instruction booklet. I might be able to tell from the photo though. Looks like about five or six buttons that I would need. So I think that I could round up that many out of my stash. Of course, I may still have to buy them if I don't have the right colors and the number of buttons and the right size. So that is one thing that is in the works, but I'm kind of holding off until I get some feedback. So please help me out and leave a comment below and let me know what you think. I also am working on a pair of Stella joggers. That is from Tilly and the Buttons stretch book. And so far I have made only one pair of Stella joggers in actually sweatshirting fabric, but I've made three well, I've made 2 pairs in cotton jersey knit that are great lounge pants. Well, when I met Christine at Christine Sews a Lot in Charlotte, when we went to Charlotte Frocktails, she gave me this beautiful blue cotton jersey fabric that has these pretty little daisies, and it's got these little flashes of other color, teal, red, yellow. And there was probably close to 2 yards of the scraps of that she gave me. And so I cut out a pair of Stella joggers, and I've got enough scraps that I'm thinking I might be able to either make a tank or a t-shirt if I do some color blocking with other fabric. And that is what I'm wanting to work on this afternoon while I watch Andrea's Beyond the Pink Doors live. And that'll be coming up here in just a few moments. So I'm going to, sew on that while I watch her live video to see what fabrics she's got in the shop this week and what else is going on. That is what's going on with sewing. But I do have a crochet project that I have failed to mention the past few videos. It is a project that I started. Well, I may have started it before Hurricane Helene, but I know I hadn't. If I did, I'd only got like 1 or 2 rows done. But I'm worked on it quite a bit during Helene, and I've just every now and then I take a notion that I want to crochet a couple of rows. But this is my crochet throw, and it's in this variegated Bernay blanket yarn. And it's got all these beautiful colors. You can tell I've always loved purple and the burgundies and pinks and mauves and stuff. And this has a little bit of all of those colors. And I'm just doing, now there is an American version of crochet and an English version of crochet now. So I'm doing the American version of a double crochet and then a single crochet. So I'm alternating rows of the double crochet and the single. It makes it very stretchy, but you can see a little bit of the pattern that it creates. And so when I work on, I'm shaking the camera, sorry about that. So when I'm working on the blanket, I can do this while I'm watching TV in the evening if I don't feel like sitting at the sewing machine. And I try to complete at least 1 double crochet row and a single before I stop, because I count that as 1 section. And if I start another one, then I complete another section. So I'm either doing 1 or 2 of those per sitting. And I'm on my 3rd skein of yarn, and I've got a total of 5. And so it should be a fairly good size throw blanket. I've got it, I didn't measure, I just guesstimated, but I failed to think about how much it stretched. So it's really wide. I mean, I can stretch it arm or fingertip to fingertip. So it's a wide blanket. And if I get those 5 skeins, crocheted, and I feel like I need a little bit more length, then I'm just going to pick up another skein of yarn. But I'm thinking that 5 should be enough for this project. That's all there is about the crochet. That's all there is about the crochet. So I'll tell you what I'm wearing right now. I have changed again. I came home from church. It was chilly, and I had on jeans and a sweatshirt. And then my husband built a fire in the heater, and he got the house too hot, and I had to change. And I thought about putting on a tank top, but I decided no, I just do a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. And this is a Love Notions classic tee. And it's just a great all-around pattern for a t-shirt. And so I will check back in with you later and let you know if I get these Stella joggers finished. That's my goal, is to complete those this afternoon. And I'm back with my finished Stella joggers. This cozy cotton jersey fabric. It has been a quick win. Nice, easy pattern to sew up. It is from the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book. And I do have this pattern earmarked in here because I have made it more than once. And I needed a quick refresher or breather, an easy project before I get back to working on my son's quilt. So that's next up on the agenda. And of course, I'm going to start working on the Ilford jacket soon. And I have some other cozy makes in mind because the weather is getting a little cooler. And so it makes you think about all those little sweatshirts and jumpers and long sleeve shirts, unless you're in the house. And then if you're in my house in this time of year, my husband tends to have the house too hot, and then you want your tank tops and t-shirts. Yeah, so let me know again what you think about the thread choices for the Ilford jacket. Also, let me know what you think about this style of video, Weekend in the Life. I know it's a very brief weekend, and I did feel a little vulnerable filming myself yesterday with no makeup, and my hair had not been washed. I'd been cleaning the house when I got the call saying, do you want to go for a hike? And of course I said yes, and I just threw myself together and ran out the door. But I brought you along with me, and I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know if you'd like to see this style of video again, and I may do it again another time. I am going to wrap it up here because I'd like to get this edited and uploaded. And I'll catch you next time.